What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be talking about something, and I'm just not bothered anymore, man. I am just not bothered. I'm simultaneously annoyed and I'm simultaneously, if this was any other year, I would be legitimately angry. I'm being dead serious here. If this happened in any other year, I would have been angry at this scenario. And right now, I'm just so done with it. I'm just done, man. I'm just so done. I wish we had better. I really, really wish we had better. The Evos today are cool. And I really like some of the things we have some really, really cool, Evo cards. We have a lot of cool things today. And you're like, oh, Mick, they brought back Moments cards. Are you happy? And you're like, yeah, cool, you bring back Moments cards. We've had historically good games. We have had Domantas Sabonis with a historically great game. What was it, 15, 15, and 15 or something? I think he's, the only player... It was 15, 15, 15 and something else, some other stat, where he's the only player in the history of basketball. Even Will Chamberlain had done what Domantas Sabonis did in the game. Did we get a Moments card? No. And look, I like Jalen Duren, man. I think Jalen Duren's going to be a really good player. And I'm actually kind of happy about, I'm happy the fact we're getting Moments cards. But why are we getting a Jalen Duren who scored 23 points in a blowout loss? Thing dropped 48 in a game. Brunson, but we didn't get a pink diamond Brunson because they lost the game. Kyrie Irving had an unbelievable playoffs last year. I know we're talking about a different year, but we didn't get a Moments card for him in the playoffs. So he had an unbelievable game 1 in the playoffs. We didn't get a Moments card for him because they lost the series. So 2K have set a precedent of only giving people them wins. So we've had historically great performances not be rewarded because the teams lose a game. And we just get an average performance. I get it, Duren's the youngest player in the NBA. Duren's going to be so good. Duren's going to be so good. And I would be happy about this Duren card if the precedent wasn't set that it was only wins. We've missed out on so many cards because of this precedent. And then this is where they decide. They lost in a blowout. They were down 40 to 10. It was a blowout. Not only that, in-game, Jalen Duren has a release on slow. Can you not just make it normal timing at this stage? The fact that we are basically in February and we are getting guys on slow releases. I'm pretty confident that in NBA 2K20, we didn't see from Christmas onwards, which was releases, everything instead of being slow, normal, whatever, was all based on quick draw. I'm pretty sure at this time in NBA 2K20, we didn't see anyone with less than gold quick draw. I think we saw a Nick Claxton card, Spotlight Sim card, and he was the only non-quick draw card that we saw post February. It was nuts. It was such an important badge. But now we're literally in February and we're seeing releases on slow. And I get it. I get it if you don't want to give everyone a quick release. I understand that. I don't understand. I understand doing that. I don't understand why they brought out Flash Forward when they did. Our pack sales down that bad, they have to bring out the plumbers. But I kind of understand a lot of things with this game. I also don't understand a lot of things. What I don't understand is this. Sorry, lads, we are in absolute panic mode here. I have to be at a college lecture in 17 minutes. I gotta finish recording this video and get up my Evos video. But yeah, basically, Duren, why? What's the point? And then this is even worse. Stephon Marbury, he's the exact same. Why? This card's 8,000 MT. Okay, this is Control C, Control V. And I get it, making these stats a little better, just make them different in some way. And you're saying, oh, we gave him more badges. I couldn't give a damn about badges. I'm a person who believes most badges are placebo. I'm a person who believes the difference between, okay, comeback kid's a good badge to have. Midi Magician doesn't matter because mid-ranges don't work in this game. Guard Up doesn't matter because he's not really a shooter. Blinders doesn't do, I don't know what Blinders does this year. Defensively, the exact same. You're not going to notice a difference. If I gave someone a blind playtest of these two cards, you're not going to notice the difference. The extra half badges are handles for days, which again, okay. Doesn't really matter having it on half or silver. And anchor breaker, half and gold. I haven't broke someone's ankles this year. And then the annoying thing is, if you look at the animations, they're the exact same. And everyone's just going to be like, oh, like, why would they change it? They can't change it now. But I'm like, at this stage of the game, like these cards, if you did a blind playtest of these two cards are the same card, you're not going to notice the difference. You're not. Nobody's going to notice the difference. They're the same freaking card. Like, I'm just kind of done. It's like, we can get a new card every day, sure. But like the cards I just want the cards to feel different. And like we've literally gone from 2K yesterday just not being bothered. Like this is what you call not being bothered, by the way. See Mel Daniels here. See these animations. This is what you call not being bothered, because if you just make a center, a default center, these are all the SIGs the default center gets. So yeah, like if you make default center, they get all of these SIGs. I can guarantee you there's another one of these guys default big that is his free throw. No, surprisingly not. But like default big. Basic leaner. Joel Embiid dribble style. Basic for everything. And the pro size of escape for some reason is default. Again, there's 22 pages of people with pro size of escape. But yeah. He also only has big man hangs off to under basket regular. Default big layup package. This is a default big player. Like the only person I think that put in any effort into putting this card in the game was whoever cut out. Like all they had to do to make this card was, in terms of like their sliders, bump up a bunch of stats, which takes 3 minutes. Because again, this is nothing to do with Mel Daniels. They also lowered his wingspan by 10 inches. I don't know what his actual wingspan was, but for 2 years he had a 7'11" wingspan. Now it's 7'1". All they have to do is just like change a couple of sliders and stats. I don't know how. And again, because Mel Daniels wasn't this clearly isn't Mel Daniels, you can just do whatever the hell you want to it. Just make it random. And then put in just the default big SIGs. And they're not going to be changed. Just default big. Apparently it got changed to Malachi Flynn on current gen. And then, I don't know. If it got changed to current gen, it didn't get changed to next gen, which is even funnier. But yeah, they go and did that. And then today, it's a card we already have. Like the most effort that was put into all this was the guy who made sure they cut around the card art really well. Because in fairness, they did a great. Whoever cut out around the player is doing a great job. They're cutting out these PNGs perfectly. Whoever's cutting out the PNGs perfectly. I want to give a shout out to whoever's doing that, because that is the most work that's been put into any of these individual cards over the last few days. Because that is impressive. Like maybe, even in the corner, you see the shadow here. And that's actually impressive. I thought maybe they missed a spot in the corner. No, they did it right. Those guys are putting in the most work. Shout out to the card designers, because that is the only difference between cards from the 5th of November, or say from the 21st of November, and the cards from the 24th of January. Is just a little bit different. They cut out a different player. Because I will say, if you look at this card right here, you're seeing maybe, was it a blue outline? Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but maybe it's a little bit better quality cut out on the card. I'm just not bothered, man. I'm just not bothered. Like, why would we care? Like, why would anyone care? I mean, anyone being like, oh, Stephon Marbury needs to get a card. I'm not disagreeing with that. Just give him his release on quick. Give him a new leaner. Just give him something. Give him something. Just put Derrick Rose on quick. No one will care. I'm telling you, no one will care if you put Derrick Rose on quick. Something different. Like, we're in February. We're on the 24th, or it's February. It's February. I'm just so done, man. Man, I wish I cared more. I wish. It's getting harder and harder to care about 2K23. It is really getting harder and harder to care, and I hate making these rap videos, man. I hate it so much. Like, I would love to be hyping up a Stephon Marbury card, but he's just not a new card. And like, I'm the man who hyped up Basketball John. Like, I'm the man who hyped up Bradley Beal and John Stockton and Mike Miller, because these were all different, man. The only one of these cards that was a copy and paste of a previous card was James Harden. The only one of these that felt any way different. And in fairness, you could maybe make the same argument with these guys. You could maybe make the same argument with these Season 4 Takeover Awards, that they do all feel a little bit different. But like Lynn, I like Lynn. Lynn was like a tactical downgrade on a pink diamond card. I like it, and he was a locker code. Al Harrington, like, they realized they messed up and they made him a diamond because he sucked as an amethyst. Sean Marion, not the worst card in the world. Buddy Hield, fine. Larry Nance needs to play online. Mel Daniels, literally they couldn't even change him. They were too lazy to change him to default 6. And then Stephon Marbury's to copy paste. Like, the last 2 days we've got a guy that they were too lazy to change from default 6. And a card that I'm not going to say was lazy giving us Marbury because we were going to get Marbury anyway. But like, they couldn't even take a few minutes out of their day to think, how can we make this card be a little bit different for players? And I get it, for brand new players, they're just going to get this card anyway. But like, and even if they want to make the argument, oh, back in 2K19 people were happy when we got multiple diamonds at the same card. That's not the point. In 2K19 everything was based on real life. So if we got a diamond LeBron, it would be a moments card where he might have a 75 3 ball. And then we will get another diamond LeBron where he goes 8 of 8 from, or 8 of 9 from 3 or something. He would have a 93 ball. But like the previous LeBron might have better defense, this one might have a better jump shot. And it was variety in cards. Like, I remember there was a Mario Hezonja with like a 99 block because he blocked LeBron in the game winner. And that was an interesting card, even though he's a Ruby, because he was the best shot blocking 2 guard in the game. There was a load of like interesting things. And like, if 2K want to go back and giving us cards that are on the same tier, why not just make them different? Why not say, instead of, say, you see this Marbury right here? This Marbury is glitched for defense. Maybe, just maybe, an idea. Lower all of his defense. I get it, some people complain. Lower this defense to like 85. Give him like a 92 3 ball and 98 driving dunk and put his release on quick and give him range extender. Then people have to make a choice. They have either the defensive Marbury or the offensive Marbury. And it means that at least people have to make a choice. Most people are going to still take the free offensive Marbury. But it means that people that have this Marbury, some people that like Marbury might be like, oh, let me just use this Marbury. And they're both Phoenix Marburys as well. There's not even a Knicks Marbury. Not even a Nets Marbury. Not even a Timberwolves Marbury. They're both Phoenix Marburys. This game. This game, man. And the content isn't that bad. Gameplay sucks, man. And everyone's being, I love people saying like, oh, people like the gameplay at one stage. They patch the game they hotfix something in the game every 2 days. They hotfix something every 2 days and then say nothing happened. Clearly something happened. People play thousands of games of this day. People know when something has happened. Make out. See you.